I was just, talking about Expand Your Life and what Expand Your Life does and how Expand Your Life has been amazing platform for people to share their experiences about their lives and everything all about. So I am waiting for Satakshi to join. And before that, as I said, Expand Your Life is an amazing platform. Yeah, and it really makes a lot of difference and when people share about their lives. Okay, so Satakshi join. So I'm just waiting for her to join. It says waiting for Satakshi to join. I'm still waiting for her to join the show. Yeah. Unable to join. Right, yeah. Okay. These are some technical glitches we face in a live show. Yes, now she's been able to join. Yes, Satakshi, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I can't hear you. Yes, yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. So great, Satakshi. Finally, you could join because I think there were some technical glitches that we were facing. I think, yes. Good.
Yes.
So, well, you know what? I was just sharing with the viewers and the few people who are joining, and they're still on the process of joining right now. So, I was just sharing with the viewers that, how it is so difficult to follow your own passion. And we, as individuals, we've gone through that. Like, I love music, I sing, I've done Indian classical music, but, I'm still stuck in a corporate job. So it's just that. And this Expand Your Life have been my passion, and I've started this Expand Your Life where I wanted everyone who shares their experiences about life. And everybody who's there on the show, I really want to say Satakshi is an extraordinary human being, and she has joined this show. And I just spoken to her a few times, and we really like connected, and I really see that she has a lot of potential in what she's doing. And yeah, so that's why she's there on the show, and I'm so happy that she's there on the show. So I'll give a little background about her, and then I'm going to ask a few questions, and she will reply to those questions, and it can be, and we have some rapid fire rounds, so we have some good fun aspects also. So not only going to be just some conversation. So a little bit about Satakshi. Well, Satakshi is who's actually grown in America, and as a child, she graduated ranking fifth nationally in electrical and computer engineering. Wow, Satakshi, that's like wow. Okay, and then she led two teams at Hewlett Packard until one day she decided that, oh, I'm now going to leave everything of that, a corporate job, and now I'm going to come back to India and follow my passion. And then she learned Odissi dance, and then her journey began. And that's where Satakshi's life began. And yeah, Satakshi, over to you. Just give a little background about how you got into Odissi dancing, what have you done. Just give a little background, and then I'll ask you a few questions. Over to you.
Okay, so when I was very young, about 3, 4, 5 years old, every year in America, we used to have this festival of chariots, like a reenactment of Rath Yatra.
Maybe if
And
you have a headphone, maybe it will work better or something like that. Or like, no, I
is
mean,
it
your
better
voice
now?
is echoing a bit.
Oh, okay. I think it's because of the ambience that I'm in at the
Ah, okay.
area. Is it better
Okay.
now if I speak up?
No,
Is it
continue.
better now?
I'm sure people can hear you. Continue. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, when I was very young, each year we would have a festival of India, and we would have these dancers that would come in, and the temple would sponsor them. The local Hare Krishna temple would sponsor them to come and dance. And one year it was Odissi, and my father would make recordings in these video cassette tapes. Back in the day we had these VCRs, and I would watch these dances over and over and over again. And it was actually Odissi, and I didn't know back then. I was very young. And I started learning Bharatanatyam from the local teacher. And I would keep asking her, when is that dance going to come when I offer, flowers to Jagannath, offer the naan. This is the traditional item called namami. Then they would receive it, or it's the first item. So I would continuously ask my teachers, when am I going to learn this item? And, eventually I found out that it's odissi, and I actually ended up leaving my entire career and job and moving to India. It's been 10 years and I haven't left, and I'm still in love.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, who had been your inspiration in your life? Was it your father or somebody else?
Yes, my father is a very inspirational figure in my life. He's very, very good with children. I was homeschooled, so he was basically my personal guide mentor throughout my life. And me being, renting five in America was something that was under his guidance. So I'm very much indebted to his training and his, forethought in
Nice.
homeschooling. And yes, this encouraged me to pursue dancing as well as some monks and swamis that I met when I was very young. They really encouraged me in this field of dance and in the field of education, which is now what I'm starting to enter into as an educator. Now I have opened my academy, Natyashala Academy, and we have several students joining in our online program, which we opened during this COVID time. So it's been quite a journey with many, many inspirational people in it. And I'm very grateful to have met such mentors.
I think your video is stuck. Yeah, it was like going a little up in there. So,
So I said I'm just really thankful for the many inspirational mentors I've met throughout my life.
right.
It added their special guidance and training and values that I really value in my life.
Nice, very nice, amazing. So tell me one thing, Satakshi. While we all going through our lockdown phase, and lockdown is still on, and so how have you been managing your dance sessions and your classes, and what have you been doing during the lockdown period? And I'm still lockdown is on, but still I'm just saying that the earlier periods of lockdown were really bad. So what have you been doing during lockdown those days for your dance sessions?
So we had to port, all of our students into like a live video call, audio call system, and it was becoming really, really inefficient because the video would skip or the audio would drop or there would be a network issue. So then we decided to invest a little bit more money into making these pre-recorded studio recordings, professional team, and
Okay.
we then started publicizing it. So we did it first in-house and we recorded everything. Now we have these little series of lessons, classical and dance training online. And it's been a great experience. There's been a lot of learning, a lot of really hard work behind the scenes to get this knowledge to the students, which up until now has been kind of locked in the Gurukuls of India. And this is what I came searching to India for. And when I was a student, I really wished that I had access to something like this where I was living. And not every city in the West has an Odissi school in the neighborhood. So our goal and vision is to kind of make this available. Make serious and sincere students who don't have this kind of training available to them, and they want to very seriously learn.
Nice. Okay, great. So, please share. Is it possible to share some work, or it is not? Like, is there a possibility you can share a bit of your work right now in the live session? Is there a possibility of doing that, or we can follow the page and we can just
I can do a short piece just for our viewers to kind of get an understanding. So Abhinaya is basically emotive dancing, and the lyrics are into motion. So just for an example, if I want to say Ani, Ni, Jamuna, the river banks, Kulile, Kadamba, Kanane, the tree. Underneath the tree, I see Krishna sitting underneath a tree on the banks of the Yamuna. So it's very lyrical, and there is storytelling is a very important part of classical Indian dance training. So, and it requires a lot of physical. But the Angashuddhi, or the purification of the limbs, knowing where to put your arms, where to put your torso, and you understand your own physique and how to use it in a very picturesque, sculpturesque way, then you go into training to Abhinaya.
I think our internet connection needs to be a little this thing. It's just going.
Can you hear me?
Sometimes it's going to be blurred.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but then what happening is sometimes you're going a little blurred. So, yes, yeah, I think. Go ahead, continue.
So basically, there's the repertoire of Odissi consists of Namami and Batu, Sthai, Alavi, Abhinaya, and Moksha. So the way the gurus have envisioned it is first Namami is the first item in which the dancer offers respects to not only audience but to the gurus, which is above the head, and
Right.
to the audience,
Okay.
and to the booty on which you are dancing, because we get a lot of energy from the earth. The stamping is a way of taking energy from the environment. All the gestures and finger gestures are to accept energy and dissipate energy into the environment. So bhumi is a very important aspect in our Andana part of Mani. That's the first item. It's offering respects to everybody. And then the second item is as if you're entering a temple and you see the carvings and the sculptures on the outside of the temple. So the dancer emulates all of these sculptural positions, which are the there's the veena, there's the foot. All of these are strung together, beautiful different postures, into a beautiful sequence on a rhythm and a rag. And this item is known as Thai or Batu. Both of these have to be matched by and traditional Odissi repertoire. And this continues into Pallavi, where we add a third item called Raga. And this is to stimulate the heart of the audience. Pallavis have very, very beautiful instrumental music, beautiful ragas. They start out very slow and they go into the third speeds.
Okay.
Dance. So it basically blossoms. Pallavi is kind of, Pallava means a soft, blooming petal or leaf. So Pallavi is kind of like the blossoming of the dancer. So it starts out very young and slow and matures into a very finale of beautiful dance. So that opens up the audience's hearts to Abhinaya, which is the fourth item, which is actually meant for inspiration for the audiences, because these are stories of great heroes and lords in our tradition, in our shastras. So these are meant to inspire audiences into following good character, good ideals. So this is actually the whole purpose of Natya. If you read Natya Shastra, within verse 111 to 113, Lord Brahma talks about why he creates Natya Veda, Natya Shastra. And it is for the coming generations, for them to have a guide. So for those people who are not so intellectually inclined to study Shastra, they can see these stories and learn in their own lives. And this then leads to the ultimate satisfaction of the heart when you hear these stories of love, of valor, of charity, all of these beautiful ideals and examples, they satisfy the heart. And in that state, there's no material desire that remains, ideally. And then comes the state of moksha, which is the fifth item of the Odissi repertoire.
So is it, sorry, continue. I had some question. I'm saying, is it different from a regular Odissi dance that you teach, or is it very similar? So is there some kind of a do you add any kind of, is there any angle to your dance which is a little different than the regular Odissi dance that happens? Just understanding.
Yes, I'm working on restructuring the traditional repertoire by combining some of the elements or making them more fortified in the sense that we have raga and tala maybe as the first item combined with the namami piece, or the abhinaya items especially is what I have personal interest in. Is I grew up singing these Vaishnava bhajans, and I'm completely in love with them. Growing up in the West, parents become more inclined to giving their children culture. So I grew up singing these Sanskrit and Bengali bhajans. So I have a special attachment to them. So my desire has always been to choreograph on these Abhinaya bhajan pieces and bhajans. And Bengali Vaishnava saints, they've written this in the state of Samadhi, so they have very deep spiritual significance and really, transform someone's situation in life. It can inspire someone in a difficult situation, give hope, give a, it's basically a journey. This entire repertoire are the experience of seeing a live performance. Where you is to make their possibility for a journey inward to understand yourself better and what to do in your situation, hopefully an inspiration for a hope-giving experience. So that is basically my interest lies on this, my goals, to see what
And what's your future plans with your, with your school? With what do you want to do? How you want to take this? How do you want to expand it in your, when people get to join you, or people get to, understand this new form of art? So, what are your plans for that?
So my personal desire is that our students first off build very good technique, very good strong foundational layer, which is why we have the body conditioning training separately. There should be a general fitness level that the dancers have, as well as the Odissi basics, which is an element that dancers should do every single day, even if there's there should be an
I
element
think,
of, are we back? Yes. So there should be an
yeah.
element of
Just can you
this.
just put your phone a little up or
Yes.
something? Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Better.
So there should be an element of physical fitness as well as basics. Even if you're a mature dancer, basics are your foundation. So we give a lot of importance to them, as well as the repertoire, and basically perform internationally and nationally. So that stages, as well as in more personal setups.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to now ask some questions to you, which is going to be fun. Okay. So I would really like you to answer as funnily as you want to, like whatever way you want to, right? So the first question to you is, what is one of the things you would put on your bucket list?
To do. Um, I always wanted to go to Europe. I haven't. I have been to Turkey as part of a dance troupe, but I've always wanted to just, go to Europe and go on a, photo video shoot tour of Europe.
Okay.
Dance.
Okay.
I love shooting dance in different atmospheres and different,
So,
places. So
do
that would
you
be
want to travel to Europe with your dance troupe, or you just want to go and chill?
yes, with my dance troupe or even just by myself. I would be happy to do that too. Basically the videographer with me and just shoot away.
Right. Right. Nice. Tell me, who is your favorite superhero? Or you have one, or you don't?
Hollywood or any celebrities, but there was one monk in my life who, when I was 11, he literally walked up to me. I had never met him before, never spoken to him. He had never spoken to me, and I was only 11, and he walked up to me out of literally nowhere, and he said, "You should dance for Krishna. And at 11 years old, I had no clue that, I'm going to make this my entire life. And ever since I've shared a special connection with him. And not just him, but one other person, one other monk. As a child, he's guided my parents in raising me. And
Wow.
he always, he traveled himself with a Manipuri dance troupe many years ago. And he personally encouraged me so much in dancing. At one time, I was very young, and there was an offer for this just for kids program in America. There's all these elementary schools, and they had sponsored, and they wanted a diversity program and introduce their children to other cultures. So they asked the temple to send a dancer and a musician to share cultures from other parts of the world. And he personally came to me and asked me to accept this. I remember my ghungroos fell off in one of the performances. I was very young. And I was starting to step on them and hurt my feet. And he came
Right.
from behind and he picked up my ghungru. He's a sannyasi, he's a monk. He picked up my ghungru to facilitate me to dance. And that samskara, I still hold so deeply, dearly in my heart that how can you pick up my ghungru, which is followed, in the arena of dancing. And me being a child myself, clumsily had put it on, and it was like my mistake, but it was a samskara that's so close to my heart that this is so important, to share our culture of India, be ambassadors of culture to these, young innocent children. They were very young, 5, 10 years old. So I remember that being close to my heart.
Nice. Amazing. Who do you admire the most?
That's a tough question, but the first name that came to mind was my brother. He was actually always my inspiration. Going to college or working, he was a top 10 scholar in the university. He was top 5, 4 actually in all of America. So I always was like, that's my role model. I can't be the younger sister. So
Nice.
he was my inspiration in that sense, where I was kind of competing in a healthy way, but he's 4 years older than me. So there was this
Nice.
healthy inspiration always throughout life. And, even till today, he's a very nice person to have heard. So
Okay, great. So tell me, if there is a movie made, okay, on your name, okay, who would you like to star in your place in that movie?
That's a tough question, because actually someone has asked to make a film with me, and I said, why don't you just take me to do my part? So I think that's what I'm going to say. For your own life.
So would you like you are the one who's actually acting in the movie, or someone else, or whoever? You?
I would love to. Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. Yes. So we are waiting for one movie to happen where we'll see you, in the movie. Great. And also tell me what genre the movie would be.
Probably drama.
Drama. Oh, nice. So you like to get into something where there's drama, is it?
No, my life has had very interesting turns. Growing up in America, being from an Indian conservative Krishna family, and the whole experience of going to school there, and then being homeschooled, and then going to college when I was very young. The entire experience of how people reacted to me and I reacted to them, it was very interesting. Growing up like this, and then how I shifted to India and started from complete scratch. After being on the top of my career, and then coming to the very bottom of something else. That was full of drama, and then finding in a proper school So, and dance is, ultimately we're doing natya, right? That's dramaturgy. So, I think
Nice. Okay, another question. If you are a flavor of ice cream, so which flavor would you be and why?
maybe strawberry, a little
Okay.
sour.
Okay.
Yes.
Strawberry, why? Is it sweet or is it
Yeah,
pink?
maybe a little sweet and a little bit sour.
Oh,
Both.
oh, really? Nice. Oh, great. Okay. What is one of your weird quirk?
Um, I like everything to be really proper, if you can
Okay.
say that word. So if there's like, a stack of books in my living room and they're not aligned, I'll go and align them. This is
Okay.
mother told me as a child I would keep doing on the house, straightening up.
Okay. So, how do you define happiness? What's your definition of happiness?
Well, I believe that, as spirit souls, honestly, we are the happiest when we serve. We have served someone and put a smile on their face. I've never felt happier in my life than to see that smile on the loved one's face. So honestly, relationships can be the greatest source of pain, but also the greatest source of happiness. If you're understanding and proper growth, training of oneself. I think it's the act of service, honestly.
Little louder.
Whether it's a relationship with your student or a relationship with your teacher or with your parents, your guides, or your lover or your child, any form of relationship in which you're serving will be
Right. Nice. So, what do you want? How? So that's fine. I get that about happiness from you. So, what do you want the viewers who are there right now on our page and who's watching us? What is that you want to ask them to take back with them about happiness?
well. I want all of you to take a moment and think back to the time when you were the most happy in your life. And just check, was that connected to
Okay.
having sex with someone?
Hmm.
And I want you to continue.
Nice.
Make it a part of your day. And, it's really important that we know ourselves. This is what Natya and dance is all about. Actually, any classical Indian form of art is all about the journey inwards. And the more you introspect in your own life, the more wise you become, the more you know yourself. So take a moment to think back what made you the happiest. Make it a part of your
Nice. Great. Okay, four things about you would like to change.
Okay.
So there is a second part to this question, okay? This first part I'm asking you. Second part, there is another second part to the question. Yeah.
So, Chanakya Pandit says that you should never be happy with your sadhana, how much you've done. So I will certainly want to improve my dance practicing routines,
Okay.
my schedules. That's second thing. And I definitely, want to improve any relationships in my life. There's always room for improvement. That's number two. And my own personal spiritual life. Because I feel
Okay.
goes hand in hand with dance. So, my own personal spiritual life is another thing that I see. I much more in. I, I do mantra meditation every day, and I can do much better. So So that would be important.
And the second part of the question is, what are the 4 things you love about yourself?
Okay. um, I I have been a very hardworking person all throughout my life, and I thank God that I've always been this way. Everything, obviously, the blessings and the guidance of the mentors has really paved my way. But I like to keep or improve more on sincerity with which I have worked, as well as it feels very unhumble saying the things that I love about myself, but I like to keep that sincerity. I, I do, and I also don't do anything in habits. So I don't like to do anything. So do my best, and I can be very focused when I make
Hmm.
to all of the people who blessed me with these qualities, I can keep them.
Okay. So, what do you want your followers, your people who are there on the page, to take back with them? What do you want them to take back with them about your dance, or about life, about general things about life, if you want to share or you want to say something to them? So, you can just say, and then I will ask people to ask questions if they have, and we can answer them, kind of stuff. Yeah. Yes.
Well, dance makes you happy, and happiness makes you dance. So
Nice.
if you are, at all interested in dancing or that inspires you, and dance and be happy throughout your life. If you are a classical dancer, obviously, practice, practice regular routine. It's important to take care of your body. Your health is number one. Your routines, your schedules really help you. Even if you're not a dancer, routines and schedules really help you achieve anything that you want to achieve because they control your mind. And I think we all know how it feels to want to procrastinate, and having a routine can really help with that. So get into a habit, form good habits. That's always my goal. I'm constantly striving to good schedule, routine, good habits, and build. Um, Maybe if you want to start something 5 minutes, on that. Encourage yourself. Always think positively to yourself. Because our inner voice is what
Right.
shapes our goals. So even if it's not working out, even if whatever goals you've set you're not achieved yet, Thomas Edison 999 times or some ridiculous number, he failed. But you don't remember him for that. You remember
Right.
him for one time and he succeeded. And it's that inner voice that keeps you going. Keep that positive because you really need that to be able to do anything, achieve any of your dreams. So stay positive to yourself. Not,
Right.
I don't stay positive in a very general way that we keep seeing on the internet, but that inner voice that's talking to you, never put yourself down. No matter what the whole world might be saying, no matter
Yes.
most important people in your life might be telling you you're completely useless. I know a lot of that, comes with this culture sometimes, keep your inner voice positive and tell yourself you can do it. And get back up, try again.
I
Because
understand that. Keeping yourself positive, and especially during pandemic, we've all gone through our own challenges, right? And keeping yourself positive during that time, and even sharing your getting present to your inner self. There's so many inner conversations we have on our head, by the way, and that is really pathetic. And I completely understand what you're saying, and I go through this myself. There's so many inner conversations that we have, and how you get present to that and you actually act on that conversation and say that, boss, this conversation, whatever you're saying, it's inside. I'm not going to listen to that. Rather, I'm going to do what is required to be done, right? So
Yes.
that is a very, very important space. And I think that is something which people should take back with them. That's there. And also tell me, how does people, if people want to join your program, or what is the procedure? How do you go about it? And what people have to
So
do for that?
we have a website, so you can go there and click on the entire training program. And we can have a personal interview.
A
It's
little
fine.
louder. Sorry.
So yes, there's the website that you can visit on my Instagram page, and that's talking about the entire course, the whole structure, pedagogy, etc. And then we do a personal interview with each student with me, because I don't want this to become a very impersonal exchange. Dance is a very personal thing. Any art form, to learn from the teacher is a very personal exchange. So we have a little personal interview and a conversation, actually more of a conversation than an interview, where we get to both know each other and set expectations. And then there's the registration process. It's very
Right.
simple, and that's it. It's very simple.
Good. And what's the price of your course? How much does people pay for the course?
So that we are still setting that up. Right now we have, it's very, very affordable and economical. So it's based on subscriptions. So you can
Right.
do 2 hours a week, or 4 hours a week, or 6 hours a week, or 12 hours a week. So you would be paying a different fee monthly accordingly. So, but it's very, very economical. We spend actually a lot of money in the production of these courses, but we made sure that the students can afford this, because if you want to train properly, then you have to give hours to it in your week. And some total becomes too much, then nobody can actually train. There's different subscriptions and different subscriptions to train, and because we do
Do you also teach children, like, age group of 5 to 15, or that's the age group do you teach?
any children
Little
under
louder.
12, any children under the age of 12, we request their parent supervision, so that any understanding that they could get from just watching the videos, their parents can help them with that. So with parent supervision, the entire online course curriculum for the younger children, and we do have subscribers. So yes, it's available to children as well.
Oh, nice. Great. I think, we can ask people to ask questions, and we are open to questions right now. So there are a
Sure.
lot of people on the page. So if you want to ask questions, you can type on your questions here. And what we will do is we will come back to you with these answers. You can mail us at expandyourlife12@gmail.com, and then, we come back to you whatever you want Satakshi to reply, and Satakshi would reply all of that. That is all possible. So if you can ask questions, you can ask questions now, and anything that you would like to ask. So we are open to it right now. And post that, we'll close the show. We'll have a tete-a-tete, and then we close the show. Yeah. Is there questions around? Can we see any questions? No, I think you have answered all of it, so people are not asking questions.
It will give them time to form their questions. They can always message us or email us. Like, we've given the email address as well. So any questions that you might form later, please do
But
let
there are a
us
lot
know.
of people joining still. Huh? I'm seeing a lot of people joining, so which is very nice. But I think we've ended the show because it's from 4 to 4:35. Yeah, it's just 4:45. So that was the show timing. So I think somebody's asking how fascinating is to learn classical dance.
And if you As a lover of classical dance, I would say it's completely fascinating. It's an experience, it's a journey inward, and you get to know a lot of things about yourself when you get in touch with your body. And it's a very special way of getting in touch with your body. Oftentimes, we store emotions in our body parts that lead to inflexibility or rigidness. And as you're working with certain body parts, whether it's strengthening or if it's, flexibility, you will actually release a lot of internal locked emotions, and that process is very healthy. And as you're dancing and you're being corrected with your teachers, a lot of times they would be corrections to our personality or habits that we couldn't make improvements on. Like I remember one time my teacher gave me a correction to someone saying, you don't complete the step yet. You need to give more attention to completing tasks that you do. So the correction was not to just that step, but it was very wholesome to the entire personality aspect that you might be trying to work on. And working on the physical aspect of it will lead to an internal change. And a desire for the internal change will also show physically in your body language, because dance is actually body language at the end of the day. Classical Indian dance is a repository of the ancient Indian, people. It's an ethos more than a dance form. You get to know so much about a culture by seeing the way. And
Right.
it's an huge for your body language. So when you are studying dance, you are actually studying your own body language and the
Right.
body language of this entire culture, which I'm fascinated with. So it's actually quite an introspective journey, and that can be very, very fascinating. Not just materially or physically, or not just the process of becoming more beautiful internally, also it's a process spiritually. So I feel that you become a beautiful person in all ways. Physically, you're fit, emotionally, you get a chance to release all of your emotions, whether it's anger, whether it's love, whether it's any unfulfilled emotions that you want to experience, which you don't want to, or feel shy experiencing in real
Right.
life. You can experience them through dance, and it's actually, role playing is actually a therapeutic exercise used in clinics as well. And you can do that for free at your own home. And that process kind of benefiting you on all levels is what fascinates me. It's how one activity benefit you so wholesomely. But that's what's so unique about these Vedic art forms, is that it's wholesome. It feeds not only your body, your mind, but also your soul.
Nice. So tell me, I have a question. So tell me one thing. Do you think the dance form, any kind of dance form, it actually makes you more calm, makes you like the meditative aspects of life? Does that come across with dance? Just a question that I have.
Actually, so yes, to a short answer to your question, that any form of physical training which has a set choreography or a routine and exercise is very common for the. So
Right.
any form of physical training could be, martial arts, or it could be dance, it could be anything, and or it could be yoga. So all of these have a very calming effect on the mind, and these were part of people's daily lives. And we see today, people lead a lot more stressful lives. And in fact, someone asked me in a conference that I was invited to speak on in America, and do Indian people have a lot of stress in their lives that they came up with so many stress relieving methods, like yoga and meditation? And I told them, no, they're actually, proactive about dissipating any stress that they have that will build up throughout the day. Actually, stress is very healthy. We need to not manage stress. Without stress, we can't also grow. People under stress become stagnant. And to just learn to manage our stress without a necessary healthy amount of stress, we need to as well. So it's necessary to grow But also, when it becomes too much, you should have a way of releasing it. And dance has definitely been dance and yoga have definitely been a very, very and meditation that I do. Very intricate part of my life, which really, really so.
So basically, you're saying dance helps you to de-stress yourself. So it
Yes,
does help you to de-stress, and you, like you are going through some kind of a this thing. A dance will help you to de-stress your entire, whatever that you're going through. Yes, I understand that. I completely agree with you. So it helps you doing that. Yeah, amazing, great.
actually, anything that you seek, if you're seeking happiness, seeking love, or an experience of love, seeking an experience of de-stressing, at all levels it will benefit you. So it really depends upon the seeker. What are you seeking? This is a treasure house, and with proper training and guidance, you can get the gem that you are searching. Because this is a wholesome art. It doesn't just fulfill one desire. And if you see the Shastra and the praise of dance, they say that it's not only, it gives not only but it also gives you something much more than even knowledge. It gives you an ultimate happiness, which is an experience of connection between soul and super soul. Yes, and experience is that the spirituality is times. In action, actually
Louder.
fulfilling.
Mm. Yeah, so I get that. So I think it is quite a this thing. So it actually, one, you de-stress yourself, you dance, you actually, even your make yourself more calmer. All that is a part of dance, and which is beautiful. I really agree with you. So I think, Satakshi, we're going to now end the show, and thank you everyone who's joined our show. And this is amazing. I loved being a part of the show with Satakshi. I think she by chance had hold on, she by chance has been signed off. Satakshi. I don't know what happened. I think her internet was. Uh, yes. So yes. So I think she has been signed on and she's joining again. So yeah, thank you very much for people who joined my show. And this is Gargi Sarkar, and I have been conducting these shows now for almost 3 weeks, and we're getting some very good response. We've got more than 2,500 people on the page, and we have more people who are joining in, who are showing more interest. And I think this is amazing in terms of the way I'm getting the response. And the best part about it, that expand your life is really expanding, and that's the most important thing. And next week we will have another person joining in who want to share about her or his life. I'm not going to say who it is. Just wait for some time. There would be, a lot who could, join in, and we can have a lot more fun discussions. Come back with your feedback, your pointers, whatever that you are looking for in our page called expand your life 12 at gmail.com. I'll repeat, I'll put it over here. It's expand your life, expand expand your life 12 at gmail.com. So guys, whenever you want to talk about anything, you can come back with your comments, with your pointers, and expand your life at gmail.com. And it would be really nice to have you on go aboard and have feedbacks from you, so that we can have more improvisation on the shows. And maybe whatever that you would like to hear. If we are having all kinds of people, by the way, Next month will be a lot of business people and CEOs of companies, which I'm going to have. So we have a lot happening on the page and a lot of new things that we're going to talk about. So stay tuned, stay happy, stay safe, and be very careful in terms of, where you're going out, wear your mask, keep social distancing. That's what are very, very important aspects of life. Thank you very much for joining us on the show. And a lot of people are joining now, but the show was from 4 to 4:45. I'm really, really sorry. We just completed the show and I'm just winding it off right now. Wait for the next show to happen next week, same time, that is 4 p.m. till 4:45. Stay tuned and get to know more. Ciao, bye bye, stay safe, bye bye.